The Shadow of Judas. The Kiss in the Garden. Where Love Meets Betrayal in One Breath. Episode 5.
The hour. The hour has come.
Some betrayals are loud. Some arrive with anger, with shouting, with violence. But the most devastating betrayal arrives quietly. It comes with a familiar face, with trembling lips, with a gesture of affection, a kiss. That night in the garden, love and betrayal met in a single breath. One man walked forward, carrying silver in his cloak and a storm in his soul. Another stood waiting, already knowing what the kiss would mean. No anger, no resistance, only love, meeting betrayal face to face. This is not just the story of Judas. It is the story of every human heart that has stood between love and shadow. Because sometimes the deepest betrayal does not come from enemies. It comes from someone who once walked beside love. And this is where the night begins.
This channel is dedicated to restoring and protecting the soul of the human heart. If this message speaks to you, please kindly consider liking and subscribing.
Jesus continues. And the night grew quiet. The wind softened. The shadows gathered. And somewhere in the darkness, a heart began to break. The grove was still. So completely still, it felt carved from eternity. Only the faint rustle of olive leaves moved in the wind, like whispers from ancient trees that had witnessed too many sorrows to speak them aloud. Behind Judas, the soldiers spread out, their torches carving jagged wounds of light into the dark. Armor creaked. Swords scraped softly against their sheaths. Yet the night itself seemed unwilling to witness what was about to unfold. Judas slowed. His breath faltered. His throat turned to dust. His chest felt hollow, as though his soul had been scooped away, leaving only a trembling shadow where his heart once stood. He touched the silver hidden in his cloak. The coins clinked softly, mocking him with every movement. This is the sign, he repeated inwardly, almost like a chant.
Just the kiss. Only a kiss on the cheek. Then it will be finished.
But nothing inside him was finished. Everything inside him was breaking. Then he saw him. Jesus. Standing in the grove, as though he had been waiting, not for soldiers, not for destiny, but for Judas. His robe moved gently in the night breeze. His face was calm, not indifferent, but carrying a sorrow, deeper and softer than any human grief. And his eyes, they were not afraid. They were not angry. They were knowing. Always knowing. Something inside Judas tightened so fiercely he could barely breathe. Why? His heart cried in silence.
Why do you still look at me? As though you love me? Do you not see what burns inside me? Or do you see it more clearly than I ever have?
The soldiers held back, waiting for the signal. Their stillness intensified his panic. Each step toward Jesus felt like stepping deeper into a grave he had dug with his own hands. He rehearsed the gesture in his mind, the familiar sign of brotherhood, of loyalty, of affection. But tonight, it was none of those things. His lips trembled. His soul recoiled.
Master, forgive me. Forgive me. I do not know whether this is my choice or the Father's mystery. I am empty. I am dust. And yet my dust destroys you.
At last, Judas stood before him. The world seemed to hold its breath. No wind, no sound. Not even the torches dared to flicker. Judas lifted his hand, fingers shaking, and placed it on Jesus' shoulder. The touch nearly shattered him. Jesus did not flinch. He did not step back. He did not condemn. He received the touch as he had received every sinner who had ever reached for him. Judas leaned forward, his lips pressed against Jesus' cheek. Warm, real, tender. A gesture of affection. Yet tonight, it burned like fire. The kiss seared into him, bone deep, soul deep, branding him from within. Then Jesus spoke, his voice breaking the silence. Not cold, not furious, but wounded with love.
Judas, do you betray the Son of Man with a kiss?
The words struck harder than steel. Judas's knees weakened. His breath shattered. His heart collapsed into a darkness deeper than the night surrounding them. Behind him, everything exploded into motion. Soldiers surged forward. Chains rattled violently. Torches flared. Voices tore through the stillness. Hands seized the master and pulled him away. But Judas heard none of it. In his ears, only one sound remained, the echo of his own kiss. Soft, treacherous, drowning out every clink of silver, every cry, every heartbeat. The kiss that became his shadow forever.
Please forgive me, Master, for I fear my shadow has carried me. beyond the point of no return.
And this is where the story continues. The Shadow of Judas unfolds further. The morning of the shadow. Judas. The weight that breaks a soul. Episode 6. This channel is dedicated to restoring and protecting the soul of the human heart. If this message speaks to you, please kindly consider liking and subscribing. Thank you for watching.